Alright, so, I'm going to be talking about another comic review from from the independent haul that Chris sent me. Chris, thank you once again. And today I'm going to be talking about Street Fighter Origins Sagat. This was a graphic novel that Udon had done. This is one of the two Street Fighter Origins they released, the other being Akuma that Chris sent me. That'll probably be the next one I'll review. I decided to read both back to back. So yeah, but the reason why, and you're probably thinking, well, Akuma's way more popular than Sagat. Why did you pick Sagat first? Because Sagat's my main in any Street Fighter game. So yeah, Sagat's my main in Street Fighter. So I was like, I gotta go with my boy. Like Akuma's cool and all. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's called character loyalty. It's not a real word, but I think I'm going to use it anyway. So, as the name implies, Street Fighter Origins is about, well, the origins of Sagat. So, the story... Now, the thing of it is that I've heard, like, two things about these origin books. Is that, on one hand, people have said that they are in canon, and, like, they're considered canon. Udon and Capcom are... have considered this, like, they have a working relationship. But at the same time, I've heard other things of like saying it's canon, it's loose canon, and Capcom can change it whenever they want, which I would believe. That's the one I'm kind of inclined more to believe. But I digress. So the story begins with a group of monks that Sagat was a part of. Sagat had left this order of the Tiger Monks, who were the original partitioners of Muay Thai. And essentially what it was is that they found someone who is supposed to be the reincarnation of the original king of Thailand. Because remember, Sagat is Taiwanese, which I think a lot of people forget. But yeah, basically, there was a king who created Muay Thai to help fight off the Burmese Empire. And essentially what had happened was that when he died, he would basically come, like said, he'd be reincarnated, and the god of Muay Thai would be, reborn. Well, the Tiger Monks found a guy, but the problem was that guy, the guy they found turned out to be a psychopath. And Sagat kind of figured it out, but instead of battling him, he left the order to go protect some hill tribes. This really does talk about, a lot of at the time, there was a lot of political unrest with, the Taiwanese people. There was a figurehead king, there was a lot of civil war going on, and there was a lot that happened. There was a lot that occurred in those, and I'm trying to find the villain's name because it's hard to pronounce, and even if I do remember it, it's going to be very hard to pronounce. Noah-Khan. So Noah-Khan, that's the best I can pronounce it. So Noah-Khan was the guy the Tiger Monks found and believed that he is the god of Muay Thai, so therefore he is a representation of the gods. Like I said, the guy turned out to be a psychopath, and the Taiwanese people wanted to use Noah-Khan. The Taiwanese government at the time wanted to use Noah-Khan in a tournament to bolster rally the people together against the rest of the world. It's a whole thing. So Sagat, in revenge, because Noah-Khan had killed the rest of the Tiger Monks, decided to travel to this tournament in order to kill Noah-Khan. And Sagat, through there, we get a lot of really cool stuff throughout the story. We pretty much get stories of we don't really get a lot of his backstory of his family. We get little hints of it, but it's more of Sagat, wanting to be an Avenger. And that's the thing I think a lot of people forget about Sagat, is that Sagat isn't really even though yes, he was part of Shadaloo, and we do get him meeting how he met Bison in this comic. We do get the early formation of Shadaloo, as well as, like I said, a young Bison who Sagat meets. But Sagat has never been he's never been a villain. Yes, he was part of Shadaloo and was kind of one of the guys Ryu had to beat, but that led to him becoming an anti-hero and one of the good guys in the later video games. And this kind of shows that Sagat has a code of honor, and he is considered the true god of Muay Thai. It's a really cool story. I absolutely love the art in here. It's very much it's very Udon. It's kind of like art. What I mean by that is it's art you would see and then be like, oh, this is straight up this is Udon art right here when you see this kind of artwork. I love how it also connects with other early Street Fighter characters, like other masters of characters, and this also kind of ties in with Street Fighter Origins Akuma, but not by much. You can honestly read this on its own. It's a really cool origin story. I personally would love to see I really do hope, because as far as I know, they really only came out, Udon has really only come out with with Akuma and Sagat origin stories. So I really do, and I don't know if that's a money thing, because, yeah, this is about $40. So thank you, Chris. I'm sure you got it on a BOGO deal. But yeah, this is like $40. I don't know how well they sold or whatever, but like these stories are really cool, and I'd like to see more of them continue. The action in here is very well done, even though we don't get a lot of major backstory on Sagat. It does give us enough that this is the story of how he found his way into Shadaloo, and that's really kind of what matters at the end of it. As for like characters I would love to see get Street Fighter Origin comics in the future, if they continue to do this, I would love to see one of Vega. Vega would be really cool. Vega and Balrog would be really neat. I would also love to see one on Dudley. Dudley's a fun one. As well as Relento. Even though, yes, he's more of Streets of Rage, that is connected to Street Fighter Origins. Ibuki would be also cool too. So those are just a few right there. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That is my review of Street Fighter Origins Sagat. Do I recommend it? Yeah, if you're a diehard Street Fighter fan, give this one a read. I think you'll really enjoy it. And Chris, thank you once again for the comic. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. And yeah, other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.